Happy Friday, everyone. Gio here from Fandom United. Welcome back to another reaction. And apparently, this guy, Cosmic Wonder, has all the answers because he's back with another video with apparently proof that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will be in Spider-Man No Way Home. And it's getting to a point now where I feel like fans aren't really that excited for Tom Holland in a Spider-Man movie as opposed to the possibility of a Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield appearing in this next Spider-Man movie. Interesting. But leave me your thoughts down below. Let's check out the reaction and see exactly what proof this individual has. So here we go. Play.
How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and, of course, Spider-Man No Way Home. The Spider-Verse film that has yet to be confirmed to be a Spider-Man film by Marvel Studios and Sony, but has pretty much been confirmed by everybody else, including some of the actors that are going to be in the movie. And there has just been so many leaks and rumors and reports and Instagram posts of stunt doubles tagging other stunt doubles, and there's just been so much going on. I'm going to break down every important thing that we've heard about Spider-Man No Way Home so far. And thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. More on them in a bit. And reminder about my Stormbreaker giveaway, it ends at the end of this month, so be sure to check out the description and pinned comment for details on how to enter. So in this video, we're going to go over 14 different things that you need to know about the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home film. Each of these points are very important topics that have come out about the movie over the past year or so. My buddy Chris over at Cosmic Culture originally did a video on this. Shout out to him. He's done a great job. Let's dive into it. Number 1. The president of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, said himself that this film, No Way Home, is going to connect to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's going to lead up to it. With that came the confirmation that Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange will indeed be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, why is he in Spider-Man No Way Home? There are a lot of other heroes that could help Peter out that are in New York. And the answer is Doctor Strange knows how to deal with the multiverse. So, right away, the multiverse being in Spider-Man No Way Home is a pretty big sign that the Spider-Verse is also going to be in No Way Home. Point number 2.
All right. So I was expecting Doctor Strange to be in WandaVision. That wasn't true. But there was, in fact, an idea to have Doctor Strange be in the last episode of WandaVision. But that never happened. We got Ralph Bohner instead. So hopefully, I would love to see him in Spider-Man No Way Home. I think it makes all the sense. But let's continue.
And this is kind of like the biggest deal to me because it's a personal experience. And that is, I got copy striked, not copyright claimed, copy striked, it's a big deal, by the Latin America Sony group. And the video that they copy striked was their promotional video for the Spider-Verse. If you didn't get a chance to see this video, it's a video that Sony Latin America put out that talked about seeing all 3 Spider-Verses in one film. It started off by asking who your favorite Spider-Man was, and then it went on to say that all 3 of them are going to appear in the same film. And they were specifically talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. They talked about seeing the movie on Christmas of 2021, the release date for No Way Home. Now, obviously this video was not supposed to go out. It was quickly removed after, but I posted it and they took it down. And when Spider-Man Far From Home came out, they released multiple trailers and multiple TV spots in which I posted them all, doing breakdowns and showing clips. They never claimed a single one of them. So why would they claim this video? Well, it's probably because it revealed the Spider-Verse, and that is something they do not want shown. So to me, that's really the big one. A lot of proof to me.
I mean, they did also tell Jamie Foxx to remove an Instagram post that showed 3 Spider-Men standing on a tall building with Electro in the sky. So, hey, could be more proof. We'll see, though. Let's continue.
The third point is the recent Andrew Garfield interviews. You know, the ones where he claims that he's not the werewolf or he's not the mafia.
To be frank, I think it's a really cool idea.
In these interviews, he kind of denies that he's going to be in No Way Home, but he never actually says he's not in the film. He talks about the game Werewolf and Mafia, where the whole point is to convince people that you're not the werewolf and you're not the mafia. He states he feels like he's playing the game and he's telling everybody, hey, I'm not the werewolf. But the whole point, if you're the werewolf, is to convince people you're not the werewolf. So he's literally saying, I'm not the werewolf, meaning I'm not in the film. But again, the point of the werewolf is to convince people you're not the werewolf. So it really seems like he's in the movie and he's just trying to convince people that he's not in the movie. He also had this pretty well rehearsed story about the werewolf and the mafia that he seemed to tell in each interview. But then, out of nowhere, in another interview, he said, never say never. He dropped the whole story, and when he was asked about ever appearing with the other two Spider-Man, he said never say never. So I already didn't believe him in the first two interviews, but then he turned around and completely changed the story, so I really don't believe him now. Then we have point number 4 going over to another Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. Right when the filming for Spider-Man No Way Home was starting, the paparazzi snagged a lot of pictures of Tobey Maguire going to a costume fitting. And here's the deal. Tobey Maguire doesn't have any upcoming movies. He was rumored to be playing a character in Babylon, but that is yet to be confirmed. So really, the only movie that he could be getting fitted for is Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, he was spotted before filming, and then he was spotted after filming, and after filming, he looked a lot better than he did before. He was clean shaven, and he was in better shape, and this is most likely due to him playing his old role of Peter Parker. Now, obviously, he doesn't do all of the stunts, but he doesn't just sit there and do nothing. So that would explain why he is all of a sudden in much better shape. And since we're talking about actors for No Way Home, that brings me to my 5th point, which is Alfred Molina. This dude basically confirmed the Spider-Verse. I mean, he actually did confirm it. In the interview, he talked about how he asked director John Watts how his character is going to all of a sudden be alive when the last time we saw him, he was dead. In which he told us that the director said, in this universe, nobody really dies. And he also revealed that they're going to take his character from that very final moment right before he dies, and that's where we're going to pick off with the character. So right at this moment, he's going to be taken away from the Sam Raimi universe right before he dies and brought into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. From one Spider-Man universe to another. If that is not confirming the Spider-Verse, I don't really know what else is, except for, Marvel coming out and stating that, hey, it's the Spider-Verse. Hopefully that happens soon, but in the meantime, let's continue on with point number 6.
Yes, I don't know exactly how that's going to look on screen. I mean, they pull him out from the moment he's drowning in Spider-Man 2 to now present day. Remember that movie? That movie was shot in 2004. Okay, this could be another. You guys remember Furious 7 with when Vin Diesel goes to Tokyo to talk to the Sean Boswell character, and it shows footage from Tokyo Drift, and then it cuts to present day, and you could see that I believe his name is Sean Black. His he's aged and his hairline receded, so it just. I don't know, the way I hope it's executed a lot better than that. They said that they're going to use some de-aging technology, so we'll see. I'm definitely excited to see Alfred Molina back as Doc Ock. I mean, still one of the best comic book movie villains of all time. Well, let's continue.
Sticking with actor confirmations, point number 6 is Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx will be returning in No Way Home as Electro, which he played in the Amazing Spider-Man universe. After one of the trade companies reported that Jamie Foxx would be returning as Electro in No Way Home, Jamie Foxx posted on his Instagram also confirming that he is indeed coming. However, he did delete the post not too long after that, but that's always a good sign for us. They only really delete things because Marvel Studios tells them, hey, you weren't supposed to put that, take that off. It's usually a pretty good sign. Point number 7 is J. Jonah Jameson.
This one's a little obvious.
The Daily Bugle. All of a sudden, he is back, and he's in the MCU, and of course, he is still being played by J.K. Simmons. I get bringing JJJ into the MCU because we haven't seen him yet, but why use the same actor? Why use the actor from the Raimi universe if some type of Spider-Verse wasn't involved? So he's back, and now we have confirmation that Alfred Molina, who is from the same universe, the Raimi universe, is coming back as well, and a ton of reports stating that Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is coming back too. So really, that's just another further confirmation that this movie is going to be a Spider-Verse film. And we're only halfway through all of the points, but before we get to point number 8, big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video.
Although I remember there was a rumor that Ice Cube was going to play the MCU's J. Jonah Jameson. And if you think about his performance in 21 and 22 Jump Street as the angry captain, the loud captain, I think he could pull it off. I wouldn't mind seeing that version of J. Jonah Jameson played by Ice Cube in the future. Obviously, it's too late because J.K. Simmons is back. And again, he's perfect. He's perfect in the role. So it's one of those that even the diehard fans can kind of, forgive or be a little flexible with because he's so good as J. Jonah Jameson. But the Ice Cube casting would have been nice too. All right, let's continue.
Point number 8, the trailers for Morbius and Venom Let There Be Carnage. Now, I think everybody was pretty shocked to see the picture of Spider-Man on the wall in the Morbius trailer. Over the picture, it said murderer, implying that this could be Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and the reason they're saying murderer is because of what Mysterio has framed him for. So people probably think that Spider-Man murdered Mysterio. However, the picture on the wall is of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man costume. This further points to a connection of a Spider-Verse happening. Then in the Venom 2 trailer, we see Stephen Graham's character reading a newspaper that is the Daily Bugle with the exact same logo that the Daily Bugle had in the Sam Raimi Tobey Maguire films. So this Daily Bugle, which is apparently the same one, already exists in another universe. And before people get started talking about how this Venom universe could be the Sam Raimi universe, it's not. We already had an Eddie Brock and Venom in that universe. They are clearly different.
Unfortunately.
But this Daily Bugle is the same, which means there is some multiverse stuff happening here. Point number 8.
I will say, I feel like Tom Hardy's Venom kind of fits better in the Andrew Garfield universe, or, I mean, we already had a Venom in the Tobey Maguire universe, but I just feel like he's better suited there than he would be a Tom Holland Spider-Man universe. I mean, those a little too kid. A little too kid-friendly, those Spider-Man, Tom Holland movies. That's just my opinion. But let's continue.
Tom Holland, that poor kid. He spoiled a lot for Far From Home and other things as well, and he's trying so hard not to spoil anything for this upcoming movie. Unfortunately, he's kind of all over the place right now. One second, when he's being asked about the Spider-Verse, he's telling us that he doesn't know anything. Then in another interview, when he's not specifically asked about the Spider-Verse, he says, I know everything about the film. So clearly he is trying to avoid talking about the Spider-Verse so he doesn't accidentally spoil the fact that it is happening in No Way Home. Point number 10 is that Sony and Disney have recently reached a new deal with each other. The Sony Spider-Man films are finally going to be on Disney+, and when new ones come out, they will be on Disney+ as well. Now, what this shows us is that Sony and Disney are playing nice. We were scared that before, when they were doing that renegotiation, that Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, might not stay in the MCU. But unfortunately, over a year ago, they came to a new agreement, and it looks like now they're still playing really nice with each other. This means that both parties must think that Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be an insanely good film, and if the Spider-Verse is involved, of course it is, there's really no way it could fail. Even if it's not as good as Homecoming or Far From Home, the fact that it has the Spider-Verse in it is going to make it one of the biggest movies of all time. And with reports stating that Andrew and Tobey might not actually be done after this movie, it would make sense that Sony and Disney would want to extend their agreement and contracts. Point number 11.
Before we get to the next point, I love the rumor that this could potentially continue the Maguire movies and the Andrew Garfield movies if Sony wanted to go back in that direction. It allows to have multiple Spider-Man stories, movies, Disney Plus series to, coexist. You're getting the same thing with the Batman character, the Superman character in the DC universe, although that plan's a little more messy. I wouldn't mind seeing more of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I think Tobey Maguire is a little too old. I mean, maybe he could still pull it off depending on the story. You guys let me know your thoughts. Let's continue.
Stunt doubles tagging each other on Instagram. We have had many reportings of Andrew Garfield's stunt double being spotted on the set of No Way Home. While posting a video one day that was seemingly on the set of No Way Home, he actually tagged Tobey Maguire's stunt double. In another post, he tagged Tom Holland's stunt double. Now, there's really only one reason why all three of the Spider-Man stunt doubles would be together. And that is, of course, to film for their respective Spider-Man. And this one offers a lot of validation for the fact that there are going to be 3 Spider-Man in the film. Point number 12. One of the crew members of No Way Home posting a picture of some merch that they got for the film. One included a shirt that had Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man on it with other parts that were hidden, probably hiding other Spider-Man. So we have a Spider-Man No Way Home shirt with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man on it. Well, there's really only one explanation for that. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is in the movie. Now, of course, this was later removed, and I'm not too sure how accurate this is, but I heard rumblings that that crew member could have gotten fired. Who knows? That is a pretty big leak. Then we have number 13, which I briefly talked about before. We have Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin talked about in just a ton of different reports and leaks. Based off of everything we know right now, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin from the Sam Raimi universe is going to be the main villain. I mean, why not? Alfred Molina's Doc Ock is coming in, Jamie Foxx's Electro was coming, and we have a bunch of other villains reportedly coming as well. So if we have 2 people, Alfred Molina and Willem Dafoe, coming from the Sam Raimi universe, it would make sense that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man comes. And lastly, for point number 14 is the overall direction that everything is heading towards. Literally almost everything that we know, if not everything that we know about Spider-Man No Way Home points to it being a multiverse/Spider-Verse film. I mean, even the title No Way Home could be about no way back to his original universe. Now, of course, we think it's going to be because he's going to be on the run as a fugitive after being framed for the murder of Mysterio, but it could be about either him or other characters not being able to get back home. Every leak that we've had, every major report from a major trade company has all said that this is going to be a Spider-Verse
fan
film.
art.
At this point, if it's not a Spider-Verse film and all of these things are wrong, I'm going to be in absolute shock. And I think that everybody else is going to be as well. But let me know what you think. Is this enough evidence to basically confirm the Spider-Verse in No Way Home? Or do you think that all of this is either simply coincidence or intentional misdirect from Marvel Studios? Let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the latest Spider-Man and MCU news. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter.
So this is a lot to digest. Nothing's been confirmed, okay? Take all of this with a huge grain of salt. But the part of the fun, at least in my opinion, is having these conversations while we sit and wait. Because it's still a while before we're going to get any kind of trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. Watch them release something next week as of this recording. But yeah, I mean, like, on one hand, I was expecting WandaVision to set up a lot more of the multiverse because, you know, we've been told that WandaVision, Spider-Man, No Way Home, and Doctor Strange are kind of all going to be connected. So we didn't really get that much multiverse in the WandaVision. So maybe the title No Way Home could be more about Peter Parker at first running and, you know, on the move as he tries to get his name cleared. But then again, you can't have a multiverse without these 3 Spider-Man coexisting. So I'm leaning more towards, it's like a 60-40. I'll go 60% the No Way Home is a multiverse and the Spider-Man, and 40% being the legal trouble that Spider-Man finds himself, and he just basically can't go home. But let me know your thoughts. I'm just trying to speculate here, but I'm curious what your thoughts are. We did hear about Norman Osborn, played by William Dafoe, making an appearance, which makes all the sense. I mean, how cool would it be to have his character come back one more time? But that's all I would want from William Dafoe. If you're going to have a Norman Osborn, a different Norman Osborn in the MCU, I prefer to be played by another actor, but that's just me. Again, let me know your thoughts. Final thought, if this happens, and I'm sitting in the theater on watching this all play out on the big screen, I want to hear the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, Danny Elfman score. That would just be incredible. That would be almost an Endgame moment, an Avengers Endgame moment, when Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is on screen and that theme plays. That would be just the best. But that's going to do it for this reaction. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Again, continue the conversation. Let me know your thoughts. I will remind you all before the weekend that Fandom United Live is happening every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. So if you're not doing anything, stop on by, join the conversation, contribute to the conversation. We'll be talking about a lot of news throughout the week. We'll have Army of the Dead spoiler talk. It'll be a lot of fun, so do stop by there. My name's Gio from Fandom United. Thank you for your time, for your subscriptions. I'll see you guys later on with another video. Take care.